I sure love the sunshine.
Me too, kid. What a beautiful summer day. Who the hell is that man over there who has been staring at us for the last 5 seconds?
Yeah, I see him, Dad. It's probably nothing.
Oh, son, there ain't no such thing as nothing. Me and you are going to set this guy straight. Come with me.
Here we go again. Sure, I'll join you. But, Dad, look at who is walking over there. It's the guy whose podcast we listened to in the car a while back.
Holy smokes, you are right. Forget the first guy. We're gonna give this podcast guy, a piece of our mind instead.
Aw, jeez. Don't embarrass me, Dad.
Hey, you.
Whoa. Stranger danger. Just kidding. What can I do for you?
Yeah, very funny, Junior. Look, I wanted to give you some feedback on some of your recent episodes.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm actually currently listening to the new one that I'm going to publish today. It's about people and this old saying that we've all said or heard before. It goes like, I don't care what people think of me. And I just give some of my thoughts on that. You want to listen to it?
No, that is not really why we came here. It was more to...
I would love to listen. Can I have one of those AirPods?
Yeah, sure, kid. I'll play it from the start. Here you go.
Thanks. I'm so excited. Happy listening.
I love that melody. And you know what I love even more? Learning something new about the world or myself and everything suddenly changing. You know, you see new paths that you didn't see before. You see an alternative way to think about certain events or people or your job or your food or whatever. And life just, lights up. It gives me this fire inside of me that once I just want to run faster than every single car that drives past me, which is not possible, but that's at least how I feel. And the sentence, I do not care what people think of me, is something I used to say quite often, actually, especially during the years I went to high school. And I remember the day so specifically when everything changed for me and I kind of had this, I don't know if you want to call it epiphany, but like this aha moment where I was walking home. I had just been with a couple of friends. We were just hanging out, having fun. And I had declared to them that, oh, I don't care what people think of me. Of course I don't, right? We were kind of having this like, who cares the least competition, right? Everyone said it. And of course I jumped in. But as I was walking home, I realized that what all of us were doing, we were trying to convince each other who cares the least about what people think of them. But what we were doing was trying to convince them to think in a certain way about me, which is actually caring a lot about what others think of me. So saying the sentence itself became like a paradox for me, because I cannot declare that I don't care what people think of me out loud to another person if I truly don't care what anyone thinks of me. And that was a real, I don't know, I didn't say a single word to myself or anyone else. Once I got home and on the bus ride the next day, I remember being really baffled. I was like, Jesus Christ, why would I ever say it? It's not true. And that quickly landed me into also trying to figure out, why would I ever say that in the first place then? And all my roads and all my thoughts and all my experiments kind of led me to one thing, which was that I was clearly insecure. I cared a lot about what others thought of me in different ways. I cared what people thought of me in regards to what clothes I had on my back, what I did with my free time, what kind of food I ate, what kind of gym I went to. All these kinds of things I cared a lot, and I guess every single teenager does, so this is nothing unique or, revolutionary. But yeah, that insecurity sort of made me say the sentence, because I want to create the perception that I am invincible, that I don't care. That is what I want the world to think of me, while at the same time I am guarding the sensitivity that I actually have inside of me. And figuring that out kind of started the journey. I guess I'm lucky that this happened, but after that day, I remember thinking that I will forever try and be true to myself, and I will focus on laughing the way Daniel does, walking the way Daniel does, eating what I want, being with who I want, saying what I want, doing what I want. Of course, to a degree where I don't harm other people or cause a lot of chaos, but the focus became very much on trying to figure out a way where I could be the raw version of myself and at the same time not be worried about what might happen if I do that. And to accomplish that, the first thing I kind of did was setting up a system of people whose opinions really mattered. Like, you filter out, of all the 8 billion people on the earth, there should be a few select ones whose opinion actually matters a lot to you. And what they think of you, the judgments they make of you, and the conclusions they draw to your actions, you should listen to that, right? Keep your eyes and ears open. And once you have clearly defined which people in your life have the key to your ear, for me, it was my family members and then a few select close friends. Once you've done that, everyone else's opinion starts to carry a little less weight and significance. Like, it's still random people giving you their opinion or a judgmental look or whatever it may be, but it matters a little bit less because you know that person is not on your list. So setting up the list has truly been a game changer for me. And something else that happened to me that also helped a lot with this whole process is sort of a mind trick, something you need to have in the back of your mind every single time someone judges you or gives you their opinion. I'll give you a perfect example. I was sitting at a cafe in my home country with one of my dear friends, and we were sitting talking, and there was this couple next to us. Don't really remember how old they were, but they were significantly older than us. And the man was looking at me like super judgmentally and like a little bit weirdly, as if I had done something wrong or just like something was wrong with me. That's like that's the feeling I got from the way he looked at me. I remember it really baffled me because I was like, is it the way I talk? Is it the clothes I have on? Is it the food I ordered? Is it, what's going on? And as I was sitting there and thinking, I remember going to the bathroom and just standing there by myself and being, hold on, wait a minute. That person doesn't even know who I am. They don't know what my mother's name is. They don't know where I went to school. They don't know what I like to do with my free time. They don't know what job I have. They don't know how old I am. They literally don't know. So that is when I realized I am 100% of me. But what that person is judging is probably less than 0.1% of me, right? It might be a specific sentence I said. It might be, like I said, the clothes I have on, something I ordered, maybe the way my hair was styled. I don't know, but whatever that little factor was, it makes up less than 0.1% of my whole entirety, right? My biological body, my personality, my consciousness, my awareness, my everything, right? So why would I ever react as if he is judging 100%? Because before that day, that is what I usually did, right? Someone looked at me judgmentally and I thought, what is wrong with me? What have I done? What's going on? But you shouldn't react to it as yourself, because that person doesn't know yourself. That person doesn't know who you are. So there's no reason to react as you. Just take it for what it is. It's just another human being with a judgmental face, and just leave it there. Leave it in the background. The face will be gone, right? Half an hour, you'll probably never see that person again. You'll walk out of there with a smile, knowing that who you are is someone you love. And that person is going to walk out there with a shitty mood and a judgmental look and get wrinkles all over his forehead. And you don't want that. You don't want no wrinkles on your forehead. Trust me on that. So yeah, that is what really helped me. Realizing that whenever I wanted to declare to the world that I didn't care what they thought of me, I was being insecure, but then making myself secure in learning more about myself and creating a list of people who also knew me very well, which would then be my family and my deep friends, and then only allowing the opinions of those people dictate my emotions, thoughts, and future choices in life. Because everyone else knows less than 0.1% of me, so whatever they're judging or commenting on is basically not even me. But this isn't to say, and don't misunderstand me, feedback can be useful. If you're being an absolute jackass in the middle of the street screaming and throwing toilet paper everywhere, I think even though the other people don't know you, that action itself is pretty ridiculous and you shouldn't do that. So when those random people will tell you, hey, throwing toilet paper on the street is really disrespectful, don't be like, oh, you're not on my list of authority, right? You're not my mother. I'm not going to listen to you. Listen to them, okay? You have to be respectful because other people's opinions, even though you don't know them, can be quite useful. And that is what I wanted to dedicate the other half of this episode to. So right after this lovely, lovely tune, I'll be right back with you. Don't worry. Ciao, ciao. So, other people's opinions. Even though I have reached a point now where, yes, you could basically argue that I do not care what other people think of me, except for the list that I've made. But whenever you enter new environments and meet new people, there's always a good chance that if you appear like a civilized human, that you will get better opportunities than if you act like a clown. Right? You don't want to be a clown. The only places for clowns is the circus. So first step, don't be a clown. Don't end up at the circus. Second step is grasping the now moment. Right? You have to realize that the moment you are in, these few seconds that you are listening to me, will never ever exist again. So whatever happens now will forever be in history. And the only way it can hurt you is if you think about history. And for me, this again was a crucial realization when I wanted to practice being my raw version. And I'll give you a very good example again, which was actually from the new job I've just started. Because that's an interesting playground to test out like these things in. I mean, I can test them out in theory at home, writing them in my notebook. But testing them out in the real world is where the real fun starts. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm so excited every time I get to field test my own conclusions and theories. So instead of fearing and trying to figure out what my new colleagues thought of the real me, I just realized that I'm in the middle of a moment that will never exist again, like I said, and it will forever be gone. Yes, I will meet them at work tomorrow, and whatever they thought of me the past day will dictate how our interactions go and stuff like that. But I don't really mind. You know, if someone thinks I'm weird and they don't want to talk to me again, whatever, right? I don't only have one colleague, I have a lot. And I'll find the ones who appreciate the real me, and the ones who don't like the real me, well, that's just the way it is, right? I can't make everyone like me. That's not my mission. My mission is being the real me. Keep that in mind, because this was really crucial for me, okay? Your mission is not to be liked by everyone. Your mission is to be liked by yourself. And the best time to find out what the world thinks of you is now. So at the new job, we play music at the office from time to time. And there was this one song playing that I really, really liked. So out of the fucking blue, I just started dancing to that song, like busting out the moves, some hip movement, some shoulder movement, bobbing my head. I had a great time. And while I was doing that, I was also keeping a close eye and observing what the rest of the room was thinking. Is anyone laughing of me? Is anyone laughing with me? Is anyone joining in to dance? Is anyone leaving the room out of embarrassment? What's going on? And that is the dance of life that I have fallen in love with, right? Realizing that you are in the now moment. The now moment will never exist again. So right now is the perfect time to be the real you and see what the world thinks of you, right? Create action and then observe the reaction. Instead of what I used to do a lot before was sit and think, what will people think of me if I talk this way? What will people think of me when I act this way? What will people think of me if I order pineapple on pizza? Well, I don't think even Einstein would have had the answers to those questions because no one knows. That's the fun part. Order that pineapple and pizza and see what the room thinks of you. Maybe 3 people will say, "Oh, disgusting. I would never do that." Well, you're not the one eating the pizza, my friend. I am. So I will eat it however I want to. And people are not going to never talk to you again because of these things. Unless you physically assault them or do something really drastic, you can always save a reputation. But I think the best reputation to have is being the real you. That people around you know what kind of values you have, know what you think is funny, know what kind of food you like, know what you do with your free time. The best reputation in my mind is being the real you. Because if I can love myself, I know that there's other people that can also love me. So that kind of eliminates all the fear and worry between you and the world, because you're constantly just acting and talking and being you while observing what the world thinks of you. And then you get a little bit of feedback and you're like, okay, I probably shouldn't make these jokes again. Or maybe I shouldn't wear these pants again. Or maybe I shouldn't hang out with these people because none of them really get what I mean. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been a true saver for me. I would like to end the episode right here. But to conclude and kind of sum up my thoughts here and what to take with you today, is that think about the times you've said you don't care what others think of you. Try and find that insecurity and use that as the building blocks to build security and a relationship of your own. And then set up a system of people whose opinions matter to you, while you at the same time are still trying to improve your relationship, and along the way realize that other people's opinions are not directly at you, but a small portion of you. Grasp the now moment, do what you want, say what you want, be with who you want, and just see what happens, right? I mean, as long as you're not going to die, what is really the worst thing that can happen? You'll be embarrassed, your face will turn red, oh no, help me. It's nothing. Relax, enjoy life. Be what you want and see what happens. Otherwise, life is no fun, right? If you're trying to please everyone, if you're trying to always fit in, then you can already predict what's going to happen. Everyone's going to like you. Everyone's going to be, yeah, you're cool, whatever. But who wants to live that way, right? It's no fun, no adventure, no excitement, no ups and downs, just the static, boring, fitting in with the crowd life. And I was not born for that. I'll tell you that right now, mister. Anyways, before I go off on another rant, I really appreciate you listening. I wish you a lovely, lovely day. And remember, if you can create love for yourself, then a lot of other people can do the same. Peace and love. Ciao, ciao.